Yo, what is good YouTube? It's Slayer, and so today's video is going to be a Reddit video r/entitled parents, pretty much a subreddit where parents think that their child can do and deserves anything. So yeah, I'm a small mute girl that works at a McDonald's in my town, stocking and cleaning the kitchens during the day to make extra money for games and other little things that I wouldn't be able to afford on disability alone. I also have a service dog named Bolt that came to work with me every day as at a hard risk of having panic attacks, and if it gets really bad, I can have a seizure and even heart attacks. So I have Bolt there if I suddenly collapse or someone is causing me to have attacks to get them away from me or get me away from them. I also normally hang out in the McDonald's after I finish work for a few hours to draw on my laptop and get a small meal. I also hang out with a few of the regular people that come in. EM equals entitled mom, entitled dad is ED, and entitled kid is EK. Anyways, let's start the story. This is a day that I was doing an extra job that I normally wouldn't be doing. But this day, there was barely anyone else working, and we had usually busy, and my manager asked me to assist the drive-thru window and counter getting the orders and drinks ready for people while they would take orders and get payment for the food and drinks. This is not normal. I would be able to do because the stress would normally cause me to panic and collapse. But this was a day I was feeling really good and thought I could handle it. And I did for a while, as most of the people seemed to like me as I normally try to wear a smile. And most people thought I was just some kid helping out as I'm only 4'9" and look like a little girl. About an hour into the lunch rush, there was a break in cars at the drive-thru, and the girl I was helping had to use the restroom and asked me to just keep an eye out. There were other people around to assist me. If someone came and there were just 2 cars left and weren't very hard, just a few drinks, maybe $3 to get the 2 cars and just give them their sodas. No real talking needed on my part. So I agreed and she was off. A few seconds later, the first car rolls up and goes off easy enough. He was a little confused why I wasn't saying anything and probably just thought I was having a bad day. It went off without an incident. In come EM. She rolls up in a sports car. I'm not a car person. I don't know the car. It was fancy though. And she starts out nice, calling me cute and asking me for my age. Probably think I'm not old enough to work. I try to sign and point to my name tag that has a little sticker I put on it. That is the muted sound logo on most things, trying to tell her I'm mute. Couldn't talk to her. She doesn't understand and gives me a weird look beforehand me a $100 bill for 3 sodas and small fries, which I immediately get worried when she hands me with a smug look on her face, like she is that important that she carries around hundreds like that. But if you go to most fast food places, know that you are not allowed to pay with anything larger than a 20 or sometimes 50. Though this McDonald's does allow you to pay with hundreds. We have to get a manager to check it and get change for it, as we don't keep that much money in the cash registers. So I try and tell her I need to get a manager and start to walk away with the bill to get my manager. Before I can even make 2 steps, she yells at me, "Where do you think you're going, kid? I want my change and food." I look back at her and try to explain what I'm doing, and I even try to make her think I'm not just walking off with the bill. I'll lay it on the counter next to the register and try to get my manager. Once again, before I can do anything, she yells at me, "Kid!" honking her horn this time. "Do you even work here? You're just trying to steal my money, aren't you? Talk to me, you little brat." Once again, I try and explain what I'm doing, to no avail. She just continues to yell at me and demanding to get her food and money. Which all of this has started to freak me out, and I start to break down. I don't know what to do, but at this point my coworkers have noticed what's going on and come over to try to help me, telling me just to go to the manager while they talk to the lady. I quickly run off as I'm freaking out now and want to get Bull to try and calm down, but I also want to look like I could handle it and try to look better with my friends and manager. So I try and quickly calm my mom before getting to my manager and getting her, and quickly get back. And now there are a few coworkers there trying to explain to the lady that I am mute and was going to get the manager, because none of the employees are allowed to break hundreds except the manager. But she's having none of this and yelling things like, "She could have just have talked to me and broke the 100. Or she shouldn't be working here. She's too young. In steps my manager, telling everyone to get back to work, and starts to talk to the lady with me standing behind her. The lady's still yelling everything but my manager, showing her patient she has by not once raising her voice and trying to handle everything calmly. Getting the lady her food and tells her that she has to go to the safe to get her to change for the bill, if that is the way she would like to pay. This is the only time in the whole conversation that my boss almost laughed. When the lady said she wants the food for free now because of me and causing her stress. At this, I almost left also, because my manager is nice. She has never given out free food the whole time I've known her. And their exchange go a little like this. I want all my money back and the food for free. I'm sorry, miss, we do not give out free food, but I can give you a larger size on your drinks if you would like. How dare you first? You have this kid working for you, which is illegal, that doesn't even talk to the customers, and after causing me so much time and stress, you won't even get me free food? At this point, the line behind the lady is a lot longer, and other people are starting to get angry and leave, and orders are piling up in the front, so my manager tries to get her to move now. Miss, I'm sorry about all the inconvenience. If you would like to come inside to work this out, you can, but otherwise I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Handing back the money before the lady can respond, she shuts the window and turns away from the window and walks me back to her office, letting the girl that was there before getting back to work. She asks me what happened, and I quickly tell her my side, and she gives me a short hug as she can tell I'm getting freaked out. Tells me I can get off early and she would still pay me the hour I had left. I thank her and go gather my stuff from the break room along with the bullet. Just as I'm walking out the back with the bullet in my bag, the lady is back with entitled dad and entitled kid. I quickly walk over to my usual spot in the sitting area, getting to the usual spot in the back and put my stuff down before opening my bag and getting out a dress that I brought with me, as I hate sitting around in my work clothes. They're really stiff and I don't like thinking people I'm working as I sit there. And walk back to the front where the bathrooms could change and see an argument already starting with my manager and the parents starting, and I quickly stick my bag behind the counter so no one would steal it and walk into the bathroom with a bowl. It takes me a few minutes to change, as I don't usually wear dresses anymore, because when I woke I was feeling good and I love this dress. Short black dress looks a little fancy but also comfy though, has large paint spots all over it, and I had to work myself up to walk out in it. When I finally get out of the bathroom, it looks like my manager finally worked something out with the parent, as they seem calm again, but still red-faced as they wait, and I see my manager breaking the 100, and I have at her smiling, thinking all is well with the world again. Going to get my bag, I panic, as I see it's missing. The way to get behind the counter is not secure, as it's just a doorway with no door. And I go to try to see if someone's store still, and no one grabbed it and walked out. And when I go around the half wall that divides two seating areas and see EK sitting a table near his parents with my bag and all my stuff poured on the table, he's trying to get my laptop open. I walk over and get my stuff, and he gives me a dirty look when I try to get my laptop back from him. And he screams as I take it from him. EK is probably only 10 to 11. I get scared and quickly get my stuff back in the bag and try to get away, as I know what is coming. Just as I get the last of my stuff in my bag when Edie comes around the corner. What the hell are you doing to my son? She is stealing my stuff! Give back my son's stuff, kid. Shocked by this because the bag is clearly mine. Not only is hand painted by me, is bright neon pink, has handmade stickers and patches all over it. I look at him and put my bag on my back and try to do universal gesture to say I cannot talk and the bag is mine. It seems only to make him angrier, as I don't say anything and he thinks I'm just not talking to him. Give me the bag, kid! Reaching for me in my bag, I freak out and backs up, as I really don't like to be grabbed, touched, or picked up. As soon as he reaches for me, Bull starts to bark. But before she can stop him, he grabs my arms and throws me to the ground, immediately starts to give me really bad flashbacks, causing me to freak out to no end and causing me to go into a full panic and start having a seizure. After this point, I cannot fully know what happened, as the seizure caused me to hit my head on the floor and pass out, and most of the story is a word of mouth from my co-workers and manager that told me later. So take this with a grain of salt. After I pass out, Bolt protects me and starts to howl and bark to try to get someone to come help me while trying to get the ED away from me. Seconds later, a lot of people in the store rush over to see what happened through my manager, and a few co-workers know exactly what Bolt howling means. And one of them calls 911 as my manager comes to my rescue and get the dad away from me as he's still trying to get my bag off me and starts to give me CPR. While she waits for the ambulance during this, she has to get my bag off me to give me CPR correctly. Minutes later, the police and ambulance show up and I'm rushed to the hospital. But in the haste of getting all my stuff together, my manager didn't realize that my laptop isn't in my bag. After the ambulance leaves, the parents and kid try to leave, but the police are there, so they aren't allowed to leave, as they have to get the story of what happened. Everyone in the store almost all tell the same story, but the parent and the kid, no shock. One of my friends said she overheard that the parent's story was also, but once again, a grain of salt. The story goes something like this. That little girl started going mad, cussing at us and trying to steal stuff from us when we tried to get it back. The manager attacked us and told us to leave and even tried to steal our money or something like that. But every one of my coworkers and the few regulars that were there all tell the police I'm fully mute and cannot talk at all. The bag that I stole was mine and I've had it for years and was filled with my meds and house keys. Halfway getting through all the statements from everyone, one of my friends noticed that EK was carrying my laptop out around and was trying to get it open. She quickly tells the police officers and him asking if she can prove it belongs to me, which she can. She both knows my password. It's not very hard if you know me and how much I love Bolt. Knows that I keep inside the pen case that I try to have it from hangs off the laptop so I don't lose it. Has a picture of me and my dad and a tiny Bolt inside, so he goes and asks the kid and his parents if he can see my laptop really quickly and ask if they can prove it is theirs, which they could not as they all try to get it open to no avail. He then asks my friend to open it and his doesn't, so he can immediately see me on my background. And she also gets out the small picture of my dad and me from the pen case. He lets her take the laptop and she puts it in the break room so no one else gets a chance to steal it. After getting all the statements, after reviewing our security footage, the dad gets arrested for assault. They're going to charge assault of a minor, but only they were told my true age. That shocked them because, again, I'm 10 to 13, but I'm actually 23, changed it to assault and attempted theft through fraud. The next day I woke up in the hospital. All of my friends and manager were there and got me flowers and a bunch of get well cards. I lost my spot and made me really happy, especially when my sister showed up later that day, as I don't see her very often anymore. She lives in a different country. Now I only see her on rare occasions. Okay, this entitled parent is just like the worst entitled parent that you can get. Like, are you like really this scummy? Like, you're gonna try to take someone's stuff that is clearly like mute and can't talk. She gives you the symbol and shows that she's mute, and then tells her that she's mute, and then trying to make up some story to pretend like you're the victim. That just pushes me over the top. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.